it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo!
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose story's got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but Danos ain't one. The Sandman. How the hell is it going today?
Nice. Start with a plug.
Yeah, we got a plug. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Thank you for that.
Dude, what a great day we're getting ready to have in the Big Apple right now. You guys know how I feel about the Big Apple, but we won't talk about that. And the traffic around here, oh my God.
Do we know how you feel about the Big Apple?
This is going to be the greatest show ever. I think we have a great guest right here. We'll get to that in a minute. Let me talk about Dangerous Danos Tequila first.
Yeah, plug away, baby. Plug away.
Plug away. Thank you, Michael.
What a corporate man you are.
And what you're hearing in the background is American Whiskey Bar. That's where we're at right now. We're up on the second floor having some fun.
And we had to bring on today a very special guest, a hardcore icon in her own right. We were talking about this before the show. I don't know the exact stats here, but 7-time AVN MILF of the Year, Kendra Lust.
Yeah, I don't know about that number because I don't really keep track. But yeah,
I do. I'm five-time champ, dude. Five-time.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
I know last night you and your husband, you were at the Garden last night for the fight. How was the fight last night?
Last night it was incredible. How many fans? 70,000, 90,000, sold out show. All women's card. I mean, that's history. It was awesome, incredible. So we had a great time.
Okay, that's
How
awesome.
close were you?
We were fourth row, and we were
That's close.
in the center, which was great. Other than the chick in front of me kept standing up and whatever. Anyway, we'll talk about
Had
her.
you ever been to another boxing match before?
Oh yeah, I saw Canelo fight. I don't know who else I fought. I don't know. I mean, some pros back home. So, but this was like the big deal. So yeah, nothing like this. So.
And your daughter does training for MMA and boxing, correct? Your daughter Brooke?
She does.
Okay.
She does MMA, more so boxing. She's done it for about 8 years, and she puts some of those boys in the ropes, and I kind of love it. It's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
She's a badass.
Back over here is like, whoa.
No, you gotta have a daughter that can take care of herself. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? That's every dad's dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't gotta worry about her. She'll beat the shit out of it.
Well, Chuck was showing me some videos before the show here, and her trained at like the UFC training center and everything, and certainly a badass in her own right. Really cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we had to have you on the show here today to talk about your legendary career. You are an absolute superstar in the business of adult films.
Woo, thank you. I don't know that I see myself that way, and I'm not trying to downplay it, but yeah, it sounds good.
And what 5 million people would say that you're correct.
Yeah.
I've heard from a few people.
We know a little of that.
But it didn't start out that way. You're a nurse as well?
Yeah, I'm still a nurse, still registered. Keep that.
Well, that's good. You can take care of your daughter. You can be your corner person.
That's right. Well, my husband's way,
You know what I mean?
way better at that.
I don't know if nurse qualifies you to be a cup man.
Yeah, no, I'll let him do that. But yeah, so I'm still registered just in case. You know, you always have to have a plan B. So yeah, registered nurse.
Plan B.
Things I know, not that plan B.
Yeah,
Okay, not that plan B. So life kind of got complicated. My sister, had some crap happen. Stayed with my husband.
Family stuff.
Yes, family shit. And then I was like, I need to make money. How am I gonna make money? I can't get enough overtime, and I can't go back to school because it'll take too long. So long story short, did webcamming. Someone said, well, you can make more money in adult film. I'm like, yeah, I have a lot of DVDs I really enjoy. However, how do I get involved with,
So what, you
industry?
were just in a bar and some guy's like, hey, you can make more money than being a nurse.
No, it was in a chat room because I was webcamming. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Webcamming's like streaming.
I just played it off like, oh yeah, chat room.
Don't give him any
I love
ideas.
those things.
Yeah, ASL, age, sex,
I was just in
location,
one.
all of it, yeah.
He consumes enough porn. Don't give him other ideas.
Whatever. I mean, you wouldn't be normal if you didn't. So anyway, so then I went out to LA and kind of, I don't know, shot, and people were
Was that the place there? Was like LA the only place? Like, it is? Could you have gone to Wisconsin? You know what I mean?
No, I'm not a
Like,
cheesehead. I would
done
not
that?
ever go into that state
that's like
anyway.
the Detroit
No.
news coming out right
Yeah,
there.
no, I'm good on that.
So it's like LA's like the capital
It
of the United States here for porn. Okay.
It is. Stayed in the wrong part of town. Like I was on Wilshire, which is like an hour from the shoot. I had no clue. Didn't know anybody at the cheap ass Ramada Inn because that's all I could afford at that time. Flew Spirit. It's cheap. I got to
The
make some
Ramada
money.
right across from the airport?
Nope.
I've been to that one.
Oh, I haven't been.
Yeah, I've been to that
I mean, I don't know, but this Ramada was a little shady. So stayed there, did some shoots, and they're like, I guess you're the real deal.
And you said that person that you were in the web chat with, like, I guess they knew somebody that you could talk to,
No.
or
They just give you the
Nobody.
idea.
they just offered you.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, you should do this."
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, okay, if I can make this much money, then I can, help my sister, I can help my mom.
Well,
Okay,
I don't
this is
know.
cool.
Well, so how did you?
What was training like?
Well, how did you?
Training, you have no idea.
Training
Well, I don't know how
What
you
do
found
you
somebody.
do?
Like, I don't know if there's like somebody in the yellow pages that is like, if you're trying to do
1-800 porn.
Yeah, right.
No,
like,
no.
There you go.
It wasn't like, yeah, so who did my training? It's not like training like where you're flying off the turnbuckle and, yeah, it wasn't
There you
like
go.
that.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking
it was-
right now. Take
right?
your first step.
Wait, what do you
Like-
mean? You guys don't do? You guys don't
Right.
do that when you're in the bedroom?
No, but I'll be honest. The pile driver is kind of a position like I've been in many times. You think
Better.
about it, like your face is in the other guy's.
Is that your finish? Is that your go-to move, the
I mean,
finisher?
it is pretty awesome. I have to say pile driver takes it home. But anyway,
That's when you're going home.
Yeah.
Going-
It's over.
When I pile
It's
drive you,
over.
we're going home, baby.
It's over.
We'll get to some wrestling terms with you later to kind of find the similarities with your business. But one of the things for your career is like, my one friend, she wanted to know, like, how have you had the staying power in an industry that doesn't have people who have staying power? How have you managed to do that in your career? Because that's like, it's honestly a tremendous accomplishment for what you've done.
Thank you, and I think that's a really good question. And
Don't put him over before you start, please. I'm begging you. He's horrified most of the time.
This is right up his alley.
All right.
Yeah, look at, yeah.
Well, that's
Thank
true,
you, Kendra,
too.
for acknowledging a great question.
all right, well, I don't want to say, but I might side with Hack. I mean,
Don't side with him ever.
Okay.
He's an idiot.
shit. So now I forgot the freaking question.
Yeah, she sounds like me now. You guys laugh at me when I do that.
Don't worry, I'm a professional with people forgetting what I say. This staying power in your industry.
okay.
You're in an industry where it's a lot of people that just get kind of whatever, discarded, and wrestling is similar in that same sense. How have you had staying power in your business for so many years?
Well, yeah, so there's huge, like a quick turnover, 6 months. If a girl is like in 6 months to a year, it's like, okay, like she has potential. I think for me, not living in LA, because I never quite fit in, I'm like everybody is like so, they've got their dogs in the restaurants, and I'm like, who the fuck wants a dog? Anyway, I gotta stop my story, but and they're like, I don't know, it's like, oh, I'm vegan, and I just felt like they don't open the door for elderlies, they don't, like elderly people, they don't wave, and when somebody lets you in, I'm like, God, I just don't fit in. So, yeah, I guess for me, not living in LA and not shooting a ton allowed me to continue to kind of, to stay in the industry, keeping it separate, personal and professional.
Okay, so you're definitely like a 1%er then. Because think about how many wrestlers there are and how many of them have 20-year careers.
Successful financial careers.
You're,
yes.
you're a 1%er
Right.
at that point, you know what I mean? So I was just trying to make that analogy. When you first went to your very first time when you went to California, how long was it from the time? See, I'm doing like comparing it to my career. From the first time you were there, how long was it until you shot a movie or shot a scene or did anything on film?
Well, I wasn't going out there if I didn't have a reason, right? So I had already a shoot booked 2 shoots. And so, okay, someone's gonna book me. I was excited because people were like, yeah, I don't know, 30
Want the
something.
sketchiness of
Yeah,
it?
like, oh, you're from Michigan.
No, it's just like
yeah.
wrestling promoters. It really is. The sketchiness of it. You're going to get paid when you get out there. What's go? Especially a woman going, on your own.
Yeah, so I went out there, had a couple of shoots scheduled, and yeah, I had a purpose. Like, I was going in to make money and go back home. Like, that was it.
Well, I mean, you accomplished the mission. I'm seriously here today. It's incredibly
Do
successful.
you remember your first payday? Mine was $25. My very first wrestling match was $25. Do you remember yours?
I do. It was maybe $800 but that was an 8-hour day, and
Right.
I was getting slapped in the
Yo,
face.
was there
because, I was. It was kind of like wrestling, right? But it was by a girl, so I was like, this is kind of hot. It was like a mean scene. I was like, oh God, she was from like Europe, and like those girls are tough, like the Russians and the Czechoslovakian girls. I'm like, great, I'm gonna get up. So, but it was really exciting. I'm like, wow, this is so hot. Yeah. But I had fun with it.
It's like a Japanese strong style.
Wait a minute. All right. So do you have like catering? If you're there for like 8 hours, maybe, I don't know. Where are you at shooting? Let's get there. Are you in like an apartment or something like that? A rented hotel room?
Okay, so the first shoot I did was for Kink. So it was this big place in San Francisco, like this old building and all these different rooms. And so I was a little nervous, to be honest. I'm like, oh great, which room am I
Which
going
room
into?
they get killed in? What's going on in this set?
However, it was really like a professional set, and I was excited, a little nervous. But it was, so it depends on the company, really, where you're shooting.
Okay, so is there catering? Like when
He's
you're
very
there all
interested in
day,
catering.
is there catering? Any food, anything?
Depends
or
on
what you brought in your backpack?
That's right. Yeah, you always brought snacks because you never knew what you were walking into. So honestly,
Hack has a
Yep.
banana in his bag at all times.
Yeah, not only his pants.
She has a banana in her bag all the
all
time
the
too.
time.
What
I
do you
mean,
know?
sometimes there's 2.
You never know.
Depends,
You never know.
Sometimes 2, but that was my max, was 2. So was it? Wait a second. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna. Is there like massage people?
Oh God, no! They can give 2 shits. It's like, you're gonna work. Like, this is how we want. This is the angle. I mean, they're a little bit nicer than that.
What, the big angle that you're doing?
Oh no, it's true. They're like this.
What, they try to like write a story of what you're doing?
Sometimes, and then if it's gonzo, then it's you go in, you're this chick, you're dancing, and then the guys come out to you, and there's no storyline, right? And then there's more of a, I don't know, I can't even think of it. It's more of a, I don't know. They have like these little vignettes, right? So it's like, okay, yeah, you're the hot mom, and the pizza boy comes. So I mean, it just really depends. So
Well, that's kind of like, similar to professional wrestling. I mean, you could meet somebody for the very first time, that you're working with, you never worked with before. You got to go over your match beforehand. Like, is that kind of very similar, or they just kind of throw you out there? And
Do you call him the ring?
And a guy comes out of the
spots in the ring.
Right?
with a mask on.
right? Rey Mysterio pulling it.
Yeah, similar to wrestling, though. I don't know.
A Rey Mysterio. Nice.
Yeah. So
619 without the 1.
So
That was good too, Ty.
I'll be here all day.
So it depends. Like, who you're working with. So they'll say this male talent, and you want to approve. You want to do your research, right? Anyway, I won't go there into anyway. But yeah, so you want to do your
See if he's a
research.
psycho murderer.
Yeah,
Okay,
or
hold on for a second. How do you look up a porno guy on the internet? You go,
You already
porno
know,
guy.
Hack, I think.
Yeah.
What's his credential?
Don't act like you don't know.
Does it tell
Hack.
you how long his shit is?
Oh, you
Does
see it.
His tongue? Like,
You
does
see
it
it.
tell you
You
what college you went to?
We don't give a shit about that, right?
This guy got a break? Did you have a conversation with him?
Ooh, I like him.
In between takes, you know what I mean? You gotta have somebody to talk to.
Right? Yeah. No. I mean, yeah. So you kind of research, like, okay, who have they been with? Are they crossover? Like, so you just want to make sure everything's safe and that type of thing. Even though it's a safe
Alright, you
industry.
lost me. Crossover. What does that mean?
I know I shouldn't be talking about this, but
Guy,
it is
girl?
what it is. Like, sometimes,
Guy, girl, is that what you're talking about?
no, like guy.
Guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
there's a
know,
lot-
That's what I mean.
a lot
Like
of
a guy
men
and a girl.
have the start off in Jake Moore.
And I don't care what you are, I don't care what you are, but for me, I just tried to kind of keep the people I filmed with, like, that were primarily, like, in just that did boy girl. Just for my own personal preference. Because I want to know that they're really into me, that they're not just gay, that, you know, gay for pay, or, like, you know, sometimes, or, like, they're, I don't have to
you're not just a prop.
like, they really want to be here with me, or pretend like I can really believe it, you know, even if I'm not their speed. So
when you got home after your first foray out there in LA, when you got home, are you like, man, I can't wait to do that again? You know what I mean? Is it money motivation? Is it, hey, that was cool, I gotta rush doing that? You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have lasted as long if I was just like laying there. You know, you have to do it with enthusiasm, right? And I mean,
I have enthusiasm when I do it, but nobody ever sees that. It's just me.
Yeah, so I mean, I enjoyed what I did for the. I mean, I did. You know, there were times where I'd be working with someone and I'm like, God, like, I just need to find one thing about this guy that's good, because he's a douchebag and he's turning me off. Like, shut the hell up, just talking too much.
Sounds like Shane Douglas.
Talking too much. Wow, yeah, that is Shane Douglas. Oh, I couldn't imagine him with a girl.
But yeah, so, you know, but I really tried to find, you know, something like sexual about them, or something that was attractive, so we could have some chemistry, because at the end of the day, like, fans want to see, we want to put on a good performance, we want to have fun and make it a great day, so. Yeah.
Or you got the highlight reel of all the guys you do like, you know?
What do you mean, highlight reel?
You know, you visualize somebody else while you're just, you know, like.
But you can't close your eyes, you know, because you got to look at the directors when he's going like this. Like, this means turn position, so you're like, and then you have to turn. It's like, what the hell, you know? So it's not very organic.
Sometimes he like on his phone doing something else, like texting, like in an argument with his wife on his phone. No, I don't want spaghetti again in a minute.
Right.
I just think, how many people are in the room when you're doing a shoot? That was another question I had. Is there like 8 people in there while this is going on?
It depends on, again, the type of scene, right? Gonzo, there can be like 2 people, like the director and then the sound guy and maybe an assistant, you know, so it's 2 to 3, and then sometimes it's 8, you know, it just depends. Maybe not 8, like 6, right? But I mean, there's always other performers, but it depends on the production, you know, but yeah, it can vary.
How many fluffers are in there? I have to ask you about a fluffer. You gotta know what a fluffer is.
Yeah, we all know.
Are they at every set?
No.
What, does the guy just stand there and jerk off?
You have to fluff yourself. Like, there's no fluffer.
Oh, wow.
So they might need a minute, right? And then they go on their phone and go into the room.
Or
and
some
like,
PEDs.
Oh, so like
some
they're giving a sperm sample at one of those clinics.
Shots,
You know, they're dunking the shit coming out all like, yeah, that's it.
right? I mean, you don't talk about, I don't care how it happens. You know, I just want you to, you know, keep your edge, because, okay, we're on set here and let's make it great. Like, it's not their fault though, right? So you just,
you got it easy. We're the ones that are really performing. I mean, seriously, you gotta put yourself in our shoes.
Oh, I couldn't, because I put a strap on it. That shit was work. I was sweating. I'm like, and anyway, that's work.
Exactly.
So I can kind of feel you, but you know, mine was, you know,
artificial.
It stayed, you know, so my edge was permanent, like edge.
Before you go, Tom, sorry, you mentioned, I don't want to sound like a prude, or I don't know what, but you mentioned Gonzo twice. What is Gonzo? Does anybody else know?
I thought you guys knew, and I didn't want to sound
I
stupid.
didn't know. So I don't know.
I didn't want to sound stupid. These guys make fun of me any chance they get, any little thing.
Of course.
Well, yeah, because all you do is put yourself over, so, you know.
Nobody else is.
But no, I didn't know if anybody else knew the reference, but.
So Gonzo is, there's not really a scenario, like you're not stepmom, you're not, you know, whatever. So they don't give you a role necessarily, right, to play. You just kind of walk in, there's music, there's no talking, you're doing a tease, and then, you know, a guy comes in, you know, and then, you know, it's going to Pound Town. So it's, you know.
It's just like, whatever you guys want to do, like.
I mean, you know, whatever positions, they say, okay, we'd like this position, that position, and then just have fun with it, like do whatever. So.
Oh, I got you. Okay. And I'm assuming that's like obviously becomes better when you're like more familiar You know, with the person, like, you guys kind of just.
Well, that's what I wanted to
whatever.
ask for about was chemistry. You mentioned chemistry with the partners and everything. Who would you say you had the best chemistry with on film in your career? That like you're like, oh yeah, them. I had my best work with that person because Hack could tell you about the wrestling of the people he's worked with. And
Some of
everything.
it's just poetry with some people. You know,
It
it
just
just
flows.
really is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it the same way? Do you have any people that come to mind for chemistry with you?
You know, when it was, I mean, my first
Well,
shoot-
even if you said their name, I mean, who knows the guys' names?
Right,
Does anybody
right.
ever know the
Nobody
guys?
wants to put them
No,
over.
synonymous people like in any industry whatsoever.
I want to hear about her career.
It's like a joke.
I have no
You'd be
idea.
like,
No
you'd be like,
clue.
yeah, I'm a porn star. I'm like, well, I've never seen your face online.
Let me see your copy.
right, it's identifiable,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, okay.
Oh, I know you.
So my first shoot was with Manuel Ferreira, and he was, and not just because he was my first, like, oh, you're first. He was a very
No, for your first love.
No, God, no, there was no love. It was strictly business. Like, that's it. So probably him because, you know, he was raw. He still is raw. I don't believe there were any like enhancements, like he had to do anything. He was just, you could tell, he's very sexual, and he delivered. He was, you know, he's still one of the best in the industry. So we had really good chemistry.
Had he? So you said he was one of your first.
He was my first
Oh,
boy
okay.
girl.
Had he been in the business like a good amount of time beforehand? So like, I'm assuming that's part of like feeling comfortable. You know, he's kind of like walking you through it, as if like, you know, like when he first started wrestling, he was working with Jerry the King Lawler, who was a name already.
Wow, yeah.
You know, telling you, Hack, walked you through every match, you know, the matches that you were doing.
Yeah, he
so
told
like,
me everything.
That's
and-
awesome.
Yeah, well, what'd you say? You didn't really, after you did that, you were just like, everything else was kind of like a breeze? After
Oh,
that?
yeah, well, once you work with a great one, then, you know, you got like 10 matches with a great one. If you don't learn from that, dude, you don't belong in the business.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense because they're taking you kind of under. Did he take you under his wing, or was it just
But
you
he's
just
done that. No, you just learn just by being near him. Like, it was osmosis, kind of.
Okay.
Like learning through osmosis.
Yeah, it was. It was crazy. It's hard to explain.
Well, it's like you said, but at least like you took that and applied it. Like some people could just be deer in headlights and.
So how many times? What's the most times you've ever worked with somebody?
Oh gosh.
Is it like 25?
I remember my husband saying, you know, because I had worked, I think I had stayed out for about a week, and then, you know, the following month a week, and my husband says to me, you know, I think Bill Bailey has fucked you more than I have in the past, you know, month or whatever. And it was kind of funny. So I don't really count, you know, but I worked with him quite a bit. I worked with, I mean, yeah, you just.
No, I don't count like how many times, but I'm just saying there's some guys that I've worked with more than anybody else in the business.
Yeah, I mean, I worked a lot with Bill Bailey. God rest his soul. He was awesome and just a gentleman and just a really good guy.
What was it like asking for your first raise?
Well, yeah, that was a sticky one, right? So I had an agent the first 3 years, and she would
At what
use
percent?
at 10%.
Okay.
And she was kind of the one, like, she has this many shoots and what have you. So she would be the one to kind of advocate for that at first.
Okay. And you were telling me too, where when you were before the show, when you split with her and you started doing your own stuff, and that's so cool because Hack is, and a lot of wrestlers are independent contractors, and you're making your own name, even though you might be working for a promoter or a company at the time. Your name is always your name, and you have to build your brand and your name, and you've done a fantastic job in your career of that. And even branching off on your own, like just doing your own stuff, is really it's amazing.
No, that's the greatest thing ever. How long until you were in the business till you're like, no, I want to be the person pulling the strings, and having a business perspective where you have talent and production. That's the whole ball of wax.
Yes.
Do you go? All right, go ahead.
No,
Then
go
I got
for it.
another
No,
question.
ask.
No, I want to know. Do you ever produce?
I did after I don't know how many years,
Are you
but
directing?
Would you be like, hey, I remember doing this with a guy someday, and then like have them just recreate the scene?
yeah, I no. So I did both. The first 3.5 years, I had an agent, and then I realized she didn't have my best interest. Okay.
Oh, an agent.
Yeah. Right? And I thought being with a female, would be better. And it's just as shady. So I parted ways with her and just started, shooting because the producers knew who I was. I showed up on time. I was easy to work with, that type of thing. So
You're one of them.
I am one of them. Yeah, I just try to have a good day. I'm not trying to be anything. I just want to have a good day. We're all here at for the same reason, and let's just have fun and move on.
Yeah, in our business, it's the same thing. You want to, if you're a wrestler, you want to, like on the, not the WWE level, like the lower levels, you want to fly into somebody in Springfield, freaking Ohio, who is a wrestler, who knows what it's like to be a wrestler, instead of some wannabe guy that wants to throw himself in the main event.
Yeah, it's a little disrespectful too. It's like you've gone, you've taken the time to build. You started from, the bottom essentially, right? You've worked your way up. Like I can respect a guy like that opposed to somebody. I don't want to mention names, but yeah. And then all of a sudden he's WWE super. They're trying to make him the superstar. It's like that's kind of disrespectful, right? So now I forgot the damn question.
No. Holly, good question.
But we were also wondering too, was there any backlash at first or like strife against the girls who just started doing OnlyFans versus starting in the adult industry, anything like that, or is there still resentment, or
are those like backyard wrestlers? Like a lot of the wrestlers look down on those people. You know what I mean? Are they backyarders to you as a professional?
What, just giving it for free?
Well, no, they're doing the
it's
business.
paying or subscribing.
I know, but free porn is the greatest thing ever invented.
But it's shooting. But it's like shooting your own content. Like you don't need an agency or anybody
Dude,
shooting
the wheel
it for
is
you.
nothing compared to free porn.
Right, like they didn't. Like, I could see like you and plenty of other people thinking like, oh, they just put themselves online. Like they didn't have to go through what I went through and stuff like that. So I could see, where the resentment could come from. Is that a thing or?
Not for me anyway. I didn't resent. I mean, if I could have done that years ago, I would have done it. It just wasn't available at that
That
time.
path didn't exist at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
The positive thing with that is the girls who had established a name, it was much easier for us to recruit fans and, for them to kind of join our site, exclusive site. So, pros and
Probably
cons.
less travel too. You could do it at your house. I mean,
For sure. Sure. So
And you have an OnlyFans account right now, right?
I do.
Okay, absolutely. And
Plug away.
Where can we
Plug,
find that at?
OnlyFans.com, Kendra Lust.
Kendra Lust?
Yeah.
Okay. My question about that is, what are they cutting and taking from the creators, like especially somebody like yourself? And how do you feel about it? I mean,
if you're not at liberty to speak, and we don't want to get you in trouble with OnlyFans.com.
I'm just kind of curious.
Public knowledge, if you say you want to be a creator, Tyler, they're going to take 20% from you too. So it's 20%. So
And is that like standard, or is there any sort of like like the more popular you are, can like you negotiate, or it's just like everybody gets the same?
I mean, if you're like some of these like Kim Kardashian or like Cardi B, some of these like big huge names, I'm sure that there is some sort of they're gonna
Stop being humble. You're a big name. I mean, you are a huge name.
But my stuff's already out there. They've never seen that.
Sure,
I mean,
gotcha.
I love Kim K, but she had some stuff out there. But it's still different. Like she's built an empire, and I have the utmost respect for her. So yeah, she might just they might not take anything from her, rightfully so. So yeah, it's 20%. As far as I know.
And you make really good money doing that. Like, I mean, you don't want to get into specifics.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam, who cares? But like a really good really good.
I do, yeah, and I'm grateful for that.
Rightfully so.
That's awesome.
How much, besides like your the work that you've done, how much time do you spend a day or a week, or however you quantify it, on the internet?
Do you mean like OnlyFans stuff?
Yeah,
or
everything. Everything that you do. Is it like a 5 hours of your day? You know what I'm saying?
No, it really isn't. So, I'll send pics, clips, to my fans. So, I'll message them.
Like every morning, are you like, hey, good morning?
Yeah, I like to just
Don't be
engage.
afraid to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Don't be afraid to say it.
Don't be afraid to say.
Monique Goddess says that every day. That's just somebody else says
So it just depends on the day. If I have stuff going on, like I'm not as active on it. But I really try to, pay attention and, kind of have fun with it.
Build a connection with your
That's
fan
right.
base.
Absolutely.
And Hack, that's always something he did in his career, is try to build that connection off of the screen with a group of people. And you guys have both been able to do that. Hardcore icons in the business.
It's the Lust Army, right?
Yeah,
Is that the name?
yeah, they're pretty awesome. I mean, yeah.
How much is the subscription?
I want to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Well,
Good answer.
We have a lot of wrestling terms. I want to see if there's a correlation to the wrestling business with you.
A rest hold? That's a perfect
A rest
one.
hold. Okay, let's start with a
Is
rest
there
hold.
a rest hold in porno?
Yes.
That's just where you're blown up and you need to relax for a second.
You need to chill out for
Yeah.
what do you guys do in the business then during a, or is there a correlation
Yeah.
for a rest hold?
So it depends. Like if you're working with a guy and he's like jackhammering you, it's like you tap. Like, all right, okay, you're going. Like you need to slow
You
down.
tap!
You tap.
She already got a crossover word.
Yeah, so you're like,
You tap!
you do, or you pinch if he's not getting the. Like, all right, you gotta give a little
Squeeze
stop.
it, give him the Iggy.
We do that. We do the pinch. Like after you take a big bump, like off the top rope
Yeah.
or something, if we're laying there, I'll grab your wrist and I'll just pinch you. That means I'm okay, and he'll pinch me. And
There you
that
go.
means he's okay.
Oh, that's I mean, you don't see obviously because you don't see that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, that
so
one's
I mean that, or like if you really need a break, just cut that shit. Like they don't like it, but because it's hard for
okay.
You
editing.
gotta do what you gotta do.
But yeah, sometimes you just have to. So.
There's a term in pro wrestling called a potato. So they throw
Jackhammer gives potatoes.
wrestling. Obviously, you pull your punches. It's scripted entertainment, but every once in a while, and there's certain talents in the business that will actually throw a potato and stiff you. Is there a
Like
correlation?
plow your head into the
Headboard.
He's saying the headboard. He's not thinking of surfboard. Is there,
Like on accident.
That was my
or-
Ralph Cramden imitation.
is there some kind of your industry where somebody gets a little too much?
Oh yeah, I mean they do. I think though, well we do ahead of time. We go over like do's and don'ts. Like
Okay.
some girls are like, no, absolutely not.
Don't fish hook me.
So this is like
you're
Yeah,
behind me.
right.
This is like
Right? Well, double fish hook. I mean, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
I'm a fan of the double. I'm a fan of the double.
Whatever. I guess that's your speed. But yeah, absolutely not.
So this is like a wrestler when they're backstage laying out their match.
You do.
Yeah,
You do.
okay.
Like, don't do this, don't do that. I don't like this. Yeah, but I do.
Yeah, but it's all a bunch of don'ts. It's not really I do. You just say the don'ts.
The don't, because
Right.
if you don't specify a don't, then everything else is game
And
on.
everything else is due.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, so are you going through it? The guy's like looking on his hand. You wrote your don'ts on his hand, and then it got smudged while he's taking care of himself in the bathroom in between sets.
You gotta study.
So he's like, "Oh my God, I whacked off for don'ts."
Right, well, whatever. Gotta go. Put that strong, right?
She's tapping like 30 seconds later.
Sorry.
there's also a term. I'm gonna let you get your laugh.
There you go.
out
Get it together, Tosh. Here we go.
He's right here too.
I am funny.
In the business, there's wrestling. It's all about the finish, and your business is all about the finish as well, right?
Yes.
What in wrestling they call it a blown finish. What happens? Is that the same thing in your business?
Okay, so we want the pop on the, here.
Yes.
Where do you want the pop? So it's the pop.
That's freaking great.
Now is there like a
Life is a carny, dude. It's
You know?
crazy. It really is.
Yeah.
like a pop on accident? Like a accidental pop or
No, I mean we've had those, and that really
Or
screws
the
up our
can
day.
pop.
Too
No.
long? It's an Iron Man match.
With no time limit. And
Going
she's just
Broadway.
like, oh my God,
best
you
of three
killed me.
pops?
I know. I mean, I worked.
I'm
I've only
begging
been
you, come, dude.
Been there. I mean, this one guy.
home.
His blood sugar got low. I'm not lying. I mean,
Oh, God.
bad.
What do you need, an
It was
insulin
bad.
shot?
I needed to finish. Okay, he worked himself so hard.
You're
producer's behind there in his ass the other day. Put some vitamin B in there too.
I mean, we need to get this
quick
done.
shot.
Although the girl I was working with, she went off on him, and she's like, "You need to finish." She was laughing. She's like, "I don't have time for this." What? And I'm like, "This is really gonna help the guy."
Yeah, right.
Man.
He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second.
Right? He's wobbling because the sugar's slow.
Ah, shit, and that's just like a cut, like break, take a break,
like you're like, oh my god, like this
The
has been
worst thing
so
that
many
could happen.
hours, like Jesus Christ, the director's annoyed, like of course he's feeling bad about it. So I mean, I'm not a jerk because it happens, right?
Sure.
But yeah, so those are fun.
What's the hardest performer that you've had work for you that was just a total pain in the ass? Well, I don't know care about the person, but there's like in my business, some people are just bad to do business with. They'll show up stoned, whatever, passed out.
You got no room to talk.
No, I'm saying that. That's us.
Yeah.
So
who is me in your business?
We're notorious for being screw-ups. Seriously. Is it like that in your business too?
Well,
Like girls not showing up?
Oh yeah, and then there's kill fees. Like you have to pay.
What?
They're called kill fees, right?
I don't know what a kill fee is.
Yeah.
Explain us, please.
Okay, so if a girl doesn't show up for a shoot, she has to pay X amount of dollars. It's just like
Oh, to like
$500.
reimburse them for
Like
Yeah.
I showing up for a doctor's visit, they're charging your ass anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then sometimes if you have a shady agent, they make you pay them as well, but the girl doesn't know, right? So they're out $800, right? So the agents can be really, really shady.
Okay, so in the pro wrestling business over the last 40 years, we've had a couple of big promoters. Like, who is and I'm not saying for any of the allegations and stuff, but who would be like the Vince McMahon of the pornography porn business? Is there a specific person that comes to mind as like the person in the business?
There's not a person per se. It's a company who has several other companies working under them. So they've essentially monopolized a lot of the industry.
So that's the WWE.
Yeah.
So it's like a Freemason kind of thing.
Who that be? What's the
Like a
company?
mafia thing. It does.
Yeah. So
It does. When you sound like, hey, it's like these people that are running this shit. That doesn't sound like me without you
it
saying
is.
it.
It is. I mean, they own all of these smaller companies. So, sadly, they're in charge. And they determine who's going to become a star and who's, they're going to push to the side. So, Brazzers, which is it's Mandarin. So, so they own a lot of it. And I'm not mad at them for it. They've been very good to me. And but it is what it is.
But you know how if you want to produce something and put it out there, they could give you shit about it?
Not necessarily, because can a little person like me compete with them? No, they're not worried about that.
Okay,
And they
gotcha.
don't- You're not.
Well, just like
threat to
all
them.
those other girls we were talking about that you got heat with.
And
Yeah, I mean,
What were those girls? Yeah, the girls. Who? You asked the question. The girls that are on the internet giving.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, she got heat with that. You got heat with that. Oh, admit it. She's just trying to be
honestly, I don't give
nice.
two shits. The only thing that pisses me off is when they're like, "I'm in the 0.1%." Bullshit. Look at
Right.
you. You have no fans. Like, stop lying.
promo. Shoot
It's
on.
true.
Shoot
And I'm
on.
just like, whatever makes you feel good, honey. But let's be real. You have no fans and you're 0.1%. You must be doing some wild circus shit because there is no way. It just. But I scroll right through. It doesn't impact me. I don't. Yeah, I don't think about it. But I just scratch my head like, whatever. I keep moving.
How much time you spend in the gym a day?
God.
Dude, your legs are like
Incredible.
oh my
Yeah.
Absolutely
Well,
gorgeous.
thank
I mean,
you.
seriously.
I would say it's like 4 to 5 days a week, and I have a trainer who, if I didn't have her, I don't know, I'd probably slack a bit. She's awesome. But she pushes you just enough. So, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, nothing extensive.
How much does a trainer cost nowadays?
She's relatively, she's affordable.
What are you asking for me?
That's a team of people,
Oh,
not,
damn.
not just one trainer. That's a dietitian to start.
Oh, damn.
So you said so some of the companies can pick and choose the performers and stuff that they obviously want to take to the top. So what do you think requires somebody like being pushed to the top? Is it like reliability as far as like being there on time and being, you know, and stuff like that? Is it the views that they get and stuff like that? How does
the fan?
Yeah, fan interaction. How does that work? Do they pick and choose that?
Well, they don't care about fan interaction. If you sell, you sell. So that's all they care about, right? If you're marketable, you have to show up on time, but even then, if you're hot enough, like, they don't care. They'll just reschedule you. If you sell, it's like, all right, you know.
Right,
you know,
and that's just based on viewership.
it is, because the more money, the more views, the more money. So, yeah.
Wow.
No, that's its professional business too. If you need a hot shot, you know what I mean?
Look at you,
Pay
you can't
somebody
work
to
a lick,
come back.
but you still get booked.
Hey, you can't get away with the thing, right?
Yeah, you better shake Metallica's hand.
Who would you say was someone who would be like a Sandman-like type in your business, where they were a unique character, they had a special entrance?
Dude, these guys don't cut promos.
Or
I don't
exit.
know.
Entrance or
Anybody
exit.
come to mind that would be like a hack kind of person in your business?
Somebody that was really small endowed.
Yeah, yes.
Falling down.
Just saying. Before they started it. I'm going to just put it
Cut
out
your own
there.
legs off. Yeah.
Said I'm not embarrassed anymore. My psychiatrist told me to not pay attention to you people anymore. Just saying.
Okay.
All right. Hack is known for, he talks about this all the time too, he has extremely large grapefruits. He always talks about his balls. Pomegranates. Have you?
Pomegranate.
That's what the boys in wrestling call them.
Did you ever encounter anybody in your line of work that had a little too big pomegranates?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did. I mean,
That was my long lost brother.
yeah.
You guys didn't know about it. Did you?
No.
Pomegranate.
No. There's a lot in.
Was there ever somebody that was too endowed for you, where you got to be like, no, can't put that in that far, dude?
Oh, I was reminding me of flashbacks. But yeah, I mean, I need to take a break. Woo. You know, I mean, you need to like prepare. I mean, wow.
Were you like your belly buttons like going out like that?
I mean, it was almost in my throat. I mean, it was bad, and you could see it.
Dude, I see some guys with some big. When I was in prison, dude, I'm telling you, some of them guys in there, the biggest cocks.
Listen,
It's
be
crazy.
careful.
I'm like, dude, how does your girl take that thing? I'm telling you.
No, when I worked with certain performers, I said I
That's gotta be a burden to have shit that big, dude.
honestly, it's an occupational hazard, and I would charge more. And they're like, you can't
get
say
that
yes,
shit
I
closed
can't.
doors and
Oh
stuff?
yeah.
Wow, I like
Shut the washer and dryer, you get that thing caught in there.
Well, every
Car
time you
doors.
Like a kickstand. Yeah.
Well, who comes to mind when you said that?
I know who it is.
Over and down. Who's the over and down person
I
for you?
can't
That
even
you're-
think. Well, I know who it was. Mandingo.
Mandingo. That's
Dude, those things are like fucking fake. Those are like 3-foot cocks.
Baby arm, right?
Yeah,
Kickstands. Like they're wow.
That's-
Jesus Lord.
Well, that's
So I've heard. So I've
Right,
heard.
yeah.
That's like a kendo stick size.
Do you have to show up at some place like when you wake up in the morning? Like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, hey, what am I gonna do? Put on the TV. I have nowhere to go, whatever. I'm like, you're tired. Did you have somewhere that you go to for your business every day? Is there like a shoot like once a week or like how much time you get to say you have people doing everything and you ain't gonna do nothing? That's a lovely thing.
No, I haven't shot for a production company other than my own, which I have a great team, in over 4 years. So it's really nice. So I can go to my office and do nothing if I want to. However, you know, I still try to, again, engage with fans through my OnlyFans and do clips, videos, and, you know, stuff like that. So it depends on how I feel. If I don't feel like doing anything that day, I don't do anything.
Is there like
That's a
you know,
lovely
kind of
life.
like the
Yeah, that really
Undertaker,
is.
like you pop in for a scene here and there just to give the fans like something new? You know, like the Undertaker or like Hulk Hogan or something, you know? Do you do stuff like that? Like just put out new stuff like every once in a while to keep it engaging?
I do. So every few months I will. I have some content that I, you know, have as a backup.
Stored
But,
in the-
yeah, but I try not to, yeah, that's like the reserve that, you know, at the end.
Right.
So every 2 to 3 months I'll go out and shoot new stuff. Just because, you know, I don't want to, I'm not ready to hang up my thong yet, okay? So I
course
still enjoy
not.
what I
Happy
do.
Thon Thursday for anybody who
Yeah,
celebrates.
yeah,
so
baby. Thirsty Thursday with that thong. Yeah, so I enjoy doing it still. And I, you know, I pop in and, yeah, you know,
Wow.
and I pop out.
When's your daughter's next fight?
Oh gosh. Okay, so she does a lot of sparring, but she's not competing just yet. I mean, she does a lot of training, and it's really remarkable. I'm really proud of her. She's been doing it for 8 years, and she's incredible. She had worked with Alicia Baumgartner, Michaela Mayer, and Alicia trained with her for one day, and her coach asked Alicia, does she have it? And she said she has it. So that was a huge compliment coming from, a world champion like Alicia. So, so she does it. Right now, I don't want to make it about competing. I want her to have fun with it. I want her to be able to defend herself and just...
That's a total mom's attitude, dude.
No.
It's like, I want my girl to kick somebody's
You're
ass.
right.
That's
You're
a
right.
dad,
He
dude.
was Chuck was so proud before the show, showing the videos of your
Yeah,
daughter.
moms are like,
and
just have fun, honey. Dad's like,
she's a kid.
He's like, I'm not showing up, spending all this money. You better get your shit together, like whoop some ass, like put him in the ropes.
Yeah.
So
Well, you're also a big sports fan, Detroit sports fan.
Yes.
Your Lions.
wow, Detroit sports fan,
the
yikes.
Lions, okay?
Yeah,
All
the
right.
Lions hat. Why do you hate
Wait,
that?
did they
good
beat
now.
Washington
No,
last
they
year?
did
No,
not.
they did
We got
not.
crushed.
Yeah.
We got crushed.
Washington-
Oh, Washington crossed them, all right.
I mean, that hurt, but you're still
did.
all aboard the Dan Campbell train, I'm sure, right?
Why Detroit?
That's where I live. Born and raised.
Wow, okay. Did we go over that and I
Don't worry
wasn't
about
here?
it. I mean, who gives a shit? Yeah, I mean,
Only
why?
like for the past week.
Was your dad like why do you care about football?
Why? Because I love sports. Yeah, my dad, my sister says that's all he really cared about, right? But yeah, my mom is the biggest sports or Lions fan you will ever meet. And people are like, oh, I'm the biggest fan. No, you haven't met Mary. Mary will go off on somebody. She will cuss you out. Like, you better be sure. Oh, she's nuts.
Hey, the apple didn't fall far from the tree, obviously.
Yeah.
I do not
Took me a
have a
second
potty
to get that
mouth.
one out there.
Did you play sports growing up?
We don't want to cut him off.
You cut me.
No, did you play sports growing up?
I did. I played softball and I played basketball.
Softball, yes.
Yeah, we're
We got
basketball
2
family.
games tomorrow.
You do? Really?
Yeah, we all play softball
What
on Sundays.
position?
I play first base coach.
Oh yeah, him on the field.
I was like, maybe he's like the
No,
mom, but maybe he's like,
We play.
hey, I don't.
I'm a big cheerleader. I got pom-poms and everything.
No, it's just bar league softball.
But
Just
still, that's fun though. I love it.
Oh, it's great to be out there with your boys.
no, and then we do men's league basketball too. But
Yeah, men's league can get pretty tough. I mean, it can. So softball and basketball.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you grew up a fan of pro wrestling as well. I was talking to you before a couple weeks ago. You were saying growing up in the '80s, and you were a real big fan of, like, you mentioned Ricky Steamboat. You
I
were
know.
acting
He's
like
like-
Ricky Steamboat that much personally.
No, just because he fired me from a super lucrative job. Like a lot of money.
Oh damn! I mean, I probably wouldn't be too
Nah, it was
crazy
my
about
fault. It was totally my fault.
He wasn't a model employee, but you grew up watching the old WWF shows back in the day.
Yes, my dad, he took us to a couple, and yeah, I remember, watching it. I remember being in first grade, just, waiting for the matches. So everybody loves, Hulk or whatever. But yeah, he was awesome. I don't know why. Ricky the Dragon. See, I don't know why, but I had a poster of him. I don't
Oh, he
know.
had a great frame. What was that thing, the hair in the back?
He had,
with the rat tail.
The mullet?
well, he had a little
Yeah, he was a
something.
good looking guy back then.
Yeah,
Jack out of
great,
his mind.
great wrestler too.
Could sell. What a baby
Some
face.
gear with his like
Straight-
dragon wings.
Yeah, baby face. Wow, the white bread baby face.
And Detroit too. Also, there's a wrestling tie-in. Do you ever have any interactions with the Insane Clown Posse?
With the who?
The Insane Clown Posse. They're from Detroit. They're wrestlers. I don't know. Little...
Yeah, no, I have not.
Yeah, well, they don't know you either.
Oh no! Who doesn't know Kendra Lust? I mean,
God,
come on,
stop. But yeah,
That's
Sandy,
it.
I
Come
don't.
on.
I kind of feel bad now.
No,
Like I
no,
should.
it's fine. You just don't know them. I mean,
Oh,
that's-
no, trust me, they're not like personal friends.
Oh yeah,
friends.
just,
so you're
that's
gonna,
Detroit
it's just a
tie in there.
correlation.
I guess with everything that you've done in your career and being self-made, right? Like, and hack self-made as well. Like, what do you have left on the bucket list to accomplish for you in that industry and everything that you're in?
Honestly, I don't have anything. Like, I've done everything I set out to do. I mean, nobody grows up and says, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it all. Like, no, right? So when I got in there, my goal was to make money to help my family. Check. Right? My
Done.
goal was to win one AVN. Check.
Did it 18 times. How many, Chuck? Where's
Oh, her titles. We don't need to hear about that.
Yeah, the point is like.
Blah.
They don't-
Titles.
And they don't make you any other money, more money. They really don't. It's like they collect us. I'm grateful, but whatever. So check. Started an agency because I didn't like how a lot of the talent was being treated. Check, but I never thought I'd want to do that. Directed and produced, and yeah. So I mean, I've done everything. I'm grateful, but I'm moving on to other endeavors.
I was going to say, is there anything outside of that industry that bucket list wise that
I know what a husband would say, give my goddamn daughter a title.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. It would be incredible to see her, in boxing. That's really what she loves. Of course, like that's, as a parent, that's what you want, right? You want your kids to be successful in whatever capacity that is. So, yeah. I don't know.
No, that's great.
That's like the most important thing is her.
Yeah, no, that's really, really super, super cool. I guess with the other thing with wrestling too, we talked before, you had mentioned that you're friends with Dolph Ziggler, and even to the point you call him Nick.
Yeah. Met.
No, he doesn't even let me call him Nick. Wow. I gotta call him Mr. Ziegler.
Mr.
Ziggler.
So yeah, we met years ago. He was at the casino that one of the award shows was being held at, and we just kind of crossed paths and started talking. And he's great. He was never creepy, which I can respect. He's never been inappropriate. Like, he's a gentleman. He's probably a perverted gentleman.
Yeah, he's definitely not like me.
So we established a friendship, and just hung out.
We were talking about this on the way up, going over your accolades. Who votes them? Who's voting you then? I want to know, like, who are these people? Is it like the Hall of Fame in baseball where you don't know who the guys are that votes? Do they know who the voters are? Or is it some
no
mystical kebab that does that shit?
Right? Yeah, right. And they come pull like a rabbit out of the hat, like,
or your skirt or whatever.
Right? I mean, it all depends. Well, sometimes. So there's a fan award, and then there's an industry award. So the industry award is kind of crooked because they have favorites, right? And if some of the judging panel might have a little fun with some of the talent.
Well, I'm glad you say, because that was the next thing I was bringing up.
Yeah, they're going to be nominated.
Dude, I would have been the crookedest judge ever there.
No,
not you.
But I would have done every single one of them and told them I'm going to vote for you, honey, I promise. And then fake a heart attack, ambulance.
Well, they never find out. Sorry you didn't get this one, honey. Yeah.
But you're proud of the fan ones because you think that's actually genuine. On the other
It is. I know sometimes they would get pissed because I didn't play politics. I'm like, not having fun with you. That's not gonna happen. I'm going out with my husband, not hanging out in the limo because my agent said so. Like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Have fun with that. I don't do it for a box cover. Okay, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I want to earn it, whatever, my way.
Self-made.
Yeah.
You're the MILF category. How many other categories are there?
Oh my God.
We don't have all day. I mean,
There's got to be some funny categories, something.
How much time do you have?
There's that many, huh?
There are. I mean,
It's like the bowl games now. There's like 39 bowl games. It's like that.
Do you have like a craziest category that you shot for?
I don't know that I did. I wouldn't say I was vanilla, but I wasn't, doing circus acts or, anything like that. Oh God. Whew.
With those legs, you can do Cirque Soleil.
Well, thank you. I don't know.
I'd imagine there's some pretty wild
Gosh,
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, like, people taking baseball bats in places,
Oh,
like,
geez.
Isn't that Mandingo?
right? I mean, yeah, but, yeah. So, I mean, there's so many different categories, but that for me was like, whew, yeah, she's a champ.
So is it really just like a reason for people to go to Vegas and schmooze?
What do you mean, like?
It's about the award show, the AVNs.
Yeah, so.
It's usually at a destination place or something, right?
Yep.
It's not like a Tumble, Iowa, like Regency ballroom.
Yeah.
Live from Iowa.
Right? In the backyard barn. Yeah. So yeah, so it's they advertise and obviously sell tickets and people come in. So it is kind of cool because you get to engage with fans.
Do
And
they black tie it though and everything? Like, you know.
you walk this red carpet where I'm like, oh God.
Like
You
it's
know?
the Oscars?
Yeah, I know, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this is so
And it's just a
cheesy.
bunch of
Like
dudes standing there like,
jumping over the ropes.
How about that though, with what he said about dudes jumping the ropes? And what is your worst interaction with a fan? Because wrestlers get this too, where they get stalkers at the airport, all kinds of crap. Like, what's your? I
Wished I had a stalker.
I know you love your fan base, but
well,
there's
that
some
can be
people that
scary
are
at times, dude,
yes,
you know?
there's bad people and sick people and stuff out there. Like, what's your worst interaction with a fan that you've had?
Okay. I don't know. In person, it was relatively difficult for them to be too inappropriate, just because I had, him or, kind of somebody there.
Nobody's messing with Chuck, all right?
I mean, he's like quiet, but yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with. Like he's not one of those guys puffing out his chest. He's relaxed until like it's time not to relax. So, gosh, I mean, some guys will get handsy and like really try to, and I'm like, okay.
Like grab your ass?
Oh
like,
yeah. I mean,
like try and motorboat
oh,
you?
yeah. I mean, you would be. I wouldn't put it past, but they, kind of try to touch and feel. It's like, oh, I said, be a gentleman, because I'm not a confrontational person. Like, all right, mother, some of these girls wanna. I'm not like that. Hey, they gotta shoot their shot, right? If they don't, they can score. So,
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes a little too handsy.
Okay, and then some like the messages and shit. I'm sure.
I got the same problem with women fans, dude. Their hands all
oh,
over
I'm sure,
me.
yeah, I see it all the time.
All over me, girl. I know exactly what you're feeling like being used like that as an object.
Yes. I mean, I can imagine, right?
Well, and some of the messages I'm sure you get too. Your DMs and everything. I'm sure you get the same problem, right, with that?
Dude, I just found out what a DM was like, what, 2 weeks ago? Literally.
Yeah, like direct
I just,
messages. He's like, what's that? I'm like, yeah, they message you on
Dude,
social media
Chat
platform.
room, found that out today.
Yeah, it's very,
Thank you for teaching an old dog some new tricks.
Hey,
Please,
you're
seriously.
never too old to learn something new. You're never too young to learn. Fuck that up.
Get it.
Old to learn something new. You're never too young to teach somebody something new. That's it.
What was that on the bumper sticker when you were driving here?
Something like the punchline.
That damn Danos, I'll tell you.
I opened up the show going
No, it's been seriously such a blast having you on today. And
Is there any questions you have for either him, us? I'm putting you on the spot.
Listen, I'm attached to somebody. I'm sorry, honey. I'm not available right now. I'll give you a thought if anything ever happens in the future.
Okay.
Just
Name
saying.
the weed pen? Is that
The
the only
weed-
you think you're attached
Just
to?
saying. I have a girlfriend already. She's right here. I know she's right here.
Rosie calling her
My best friend in the world, right here.
Yeah. Okay. So, toughest match for you, like of all time, like.
Well, again, if you go toughest, it would be when I broke my neck. You know what I mean? Yeah. Break my
Who was
C4 in
that?
half. Against Cactus Jack.
Is it like tough, like physically,
Yes,
or
that's
tough?
what I mean. Like, as far as like
I don't know.
pain.
So like Sabu, when you're going through like 10 tables in a match.
Or barbed wire
barbed
match?
wire, and it could be fire. You could be throwing fire at you. Just chairs, lions, tigers, bears.
Oh my.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of them. It's hard to discern. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
just
they're-
one.
Yeah, because what we were doing, it was all hard.
Yeah.
It was you were with the jackhammer every night. That's how we wrestled. But yeah,
Wow.
it was jackhammer wrestling.
I can't imagine that.
We're bending chairs over
Welcome
people's
back to
heads.
ECW, Mandingo Night.
Just crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like
Spring back
just
too cold.
real violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you say that, it makes me think of like Mick Foley and all the crazy
yeah.
stuff, like nuts, like that type of.
Yeah, I worked in
crazy
20
stuff.
bones.
Yeah.
Doing this stuff. Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
It's
Okay.
a hard life. It's a hard life.
And when you're jumping off, the turnbuckle, the ropes. When you land, like I don't think people understand. Like it's not. There's no buoyancy. Like it is.
Bro, it's not like this table. It's got some give.
But not much, and that hurts. Years and years of doing it.
Well,
so.
yeah. It's imagine being in like some of the matches they have today. Being in, let's say, they're doing moves where you're in like it's equivalent to like 10, 20 mile an hour car crashes in one match, in a 20-minute match. When you're coming off the top rope, dude, that's like hitting the ground and going in a 15 mile an hour school zone.
Yeah.
Against the wall. Boom.
years after
it's
years.
hard.
After,
Well, yeah, because a lot of people like, oh, that's fake or whatever. Like, sure, it's planned, and it's
New
not.
knee, new hips. All of us got new knees, new hips,
But right, it
shoulders.
doesn't mean it's less on your body, and everything like that. So.
okay. Who did I guess mentored you, or who was it that kind of?
Jerry Lawler, more than
Okay.
anything, taught me more than anybody else that I had been with. I got real lucky, dude. I got to go down to Memphis and work with Jerry Lawler in the first 6 months I was in the business. So I'm going down there to work with the big top down there. You know what I mean? That guy taught me more than all the guys in my. I only really trained for 3 months. I did 3 months of training, 4 nights a week. He was there, all of them, in his mom's arms. He was like a 6-month-old kid.
Wow.
I trained for 3 months, and then next thing you know, I'm in Memphis. Come November, working in main events with Jerry Lawler.
So, and that wasn't probably typical. 3 months.
No, not typical at all.
I was gonna say that's 3 months.
Yeah,
that's pretty
a rocket
incredible.
ship up your ass. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you ever explain why you?
Well, the business was dying down there too. So the business, that whole company died. They've been around for 50 years or something like that. So they were done. They were on their way down. There wasn't a lot of people coming to shows. You know what I mean? So it was done less than a year after I was there.
So they were like, let's
I
work the
killed
Sandman.
Yeah,
I
let's
killed
really
the
kill this
company.
company.
Yeah, me and their main event drawing 23 people in Evansville, Ohio. They're like, thank God he went home.
Can you relate to that at all, Kendra? Performing as maybe at a dancer time when you were dancing?
Oh yeah, Delilah's.
There's no.
My wife worked there.
There's no
Oh,
crowd.
she made so much money there. It was the greatest thing ever.
But have you performed where when you're dancing and stuff where nobody showed up and you still got to go out there? Has that ever happened to you? Or?
Well, I mean, as far as before me getting into adult
Yeah.
or practice.
I mean,
I didn't do a ton of feature dancing.
Okay.
But I mean, I had pretty good turnout. Some better than others. You
So
still
you
roll
weren't
with
this
it.
breakfast shift on the Sunday.
Right. Oh, it was lunch. It's stripper and a steak or stripper and a sandwich. Right.
Right.
Not at
So-
all. No.
But I'm just saying, you're probably not getting much, play if you're working that gym.
Breakfast show.
You're a main event talent. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
No, but I'm not saying there. I'd be pompous to say there weren't sometimes you're in this you're in this rural town and but still you got to do it with enthusiasm. There's a whole big crowd, baby, because that's what brings you back. And when you're first starting out, they're testing the waters to see if they want you back or how you interact with the staff and if you're on time and all that crap. So.
And it's crazy how similar that is to professional wrestling. On an indie show, when you go, you gotta perform. It's there's.
And a dick, you're probably not coming back unless you're over huge.
Yeah, true. You're
know?
right. Yeah.
And the more over you are, the more of an asshole you can make. Kind of.
Well, yeah.
There really is.
Yeah. I don't. Do you guys have any more? I don't have any more questions. Do you have some
Yeah,
questions?
probably more one for the audience. But what's the biggest misconception
audience.
probably about the adult film industry that, or at least that you've seen?
Well, people think that, because we do, adult or porn, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, that we are not that we're doing it all the time, at home. It's full on, sex and no, it's.
Or willing to do with just anybody.
That's right.
Yeah,
You delivered a pizza. Get on. I don't care. Right?
It's a job,
It's a job.
Yeah.
So, so they think that, that's happening all the time, and I keep it professional and private life are completely different. My husband will say, you're kind of a prude, sometimes, but time and place, right? I'm a mom. I don't want to be recognized. I kind of want to blend and with, everyday people because I'm not special. I'm a mom, just a normal person. So I feel like that's the thing. They think you're always on. God, I'd be exhausted.
And speaking of that, you're you're being a mom. Has there ever been an issue with your daughter? Maybe some of her friends recognize you. Has that been maybe an issue at any point?
Yeah, when she was 13 and a half, probably.
Yeah.
You know that age.
That's right. So I'd be
That's a
lying.
magic number with daughters, dude.
It's true. I'd be lying if I said it didn't happen. However, I don't know. I don't want to say, she's built different, but she is. She is so much stronger mentally.
She's a woman boxer, yeah. She's
Yeah.
mentally built different, you know
Yeah.
what I'm
Somebody
saying?
says shit about my mom, I'm gonna fuck you
Well,
up.
she choked the kid out on the bus.
yeah.
She's like, what
Hell
you think?
yeah.
That's my mom.
Wow.
There's certain things that I'm you cannot be doing that. He's like, you can't choke. She's like, watch me. And she did. So I was like,
That's
okay, we
awesome.
can handle this differently. She's like, nope, you're my mom. I don't care. I'm like, oh God.
Right.
So for her, she's like, yeah, whatever.
You've lost her.
What?
You've lost her. There's no talking to that girl now. She's protecting Mama Bear.
She's
Yeah,
kicking asses left and right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
there's no stopping it.
I don't
She
want
got
her
a
to look it
taste
up.
of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And she says, to me, she's like, I don't like what you do, Mom, but I have to respect it. Dad respects it. So, she just
Sure.
kind of, it is what it is. So.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, a fantastic time having you on here. Seriously, it's been an absolute blast to have you here today.
Thank you for
Yes,
having
seriously.
me.
Thank
You
you
guys
so
are
much.
awesome. Thank you for having me and
No, we-
keeping it exciting. And I mean, some of these questions were coming out of left field. I loved it.
Well, appreciate it.
Yeah, we do a lot of improv here.
No, I like that. It's more
I'm too old
organic.
to do improv. You gotta have notes, baby.
No, we like to call it the ring. Like that's kind of
Big letters, your name.
Kendra, right? Kendra, K-E.
But before we wrap up, I want to make sure give you an opportunity to plug any and everything you want got going on with your business and everything.
Yeah, I mean, OnlyFans, obviously, but hey, Danos Tequila.
Danos Tequila.
Hell yeah,
Thank
guys-
you a lot to
Yes.
Danos Tequila.
As soon as she came in, she's like, let's do a shot.
That's what it's a celebratory shot.
Absolutely,
Like this
of
is
course.
the best, okay? It's more. I don't want to say all natural, but it doesn't have these artificial sweeteners, and it's infused, and it's the healthier version. So
We've
it's
had a couple
incredible.
care packages.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
treated us
I
very
mean, I'm
nicely.
serious.
Thank you, Michael.
Danos
Yes.
Tequila.
Pineapple.
Shout out to Mike.
delicious.
That jalapeno pineapple, fantastic
Yeah, so-
flavor. So yes, absolutely. Shouts out to Danos. And guys, if you
Yeah.
just checking out the Sandman podcast for the first time ever, follow us on YouTube. Like, share, review.
Yeah, you as well.
subscribe.
Instagram.
Instagram,
I
Kendra
know.
Lust.
Why do I? Yeah.
Just straight
Instagram.
Kendra Lust.
Instagram. Yes, Kendra
Yep.
Lust.
Okay.
Okay.
Kendra Lust on
So
Instagram.
yeah, I'm just doing my subscription model. So I'm going to be zip lining. I'm going to be blowing cars up with a tank. Like I'm going to be
yeah.
doing some crazy stuff. So
What are you
yeah,
blowing up?
hopefully a car. I'll be driving a tank. Maybe shooting an assault rifle.
Wait, you're blowing up a car
Wait a
you're
minute,
driving?
what wrestler did that
No.
thing? Who was in a tank? Was Sergeant Slaughter in the tank? Rolling
my
over a
God.
car?
I don't know.
You stole that from somebody.
No, I didn't. I'm
Sorry, DX did it. You said you were a fan.
Oh, that's right.
You stole from DX.
The DX tank. That's right.
You
They rolled it in.
plagiarist.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, can't help it.
It sounds
right?
badass, though.
So you want, dude? That might be fun. Like just crushing
Yeah.
a car. You'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a rage room, but more powerful.
Oh, you got your daughter's rage, it sounds like now. You got the taste of it, now you got that,
Well,
Tell her
absolutely.
to get behind the wheel for a minute. Check it out. Look under the hood, honey.
This guy.
We're going to be enjoying some more Danos here at American Whiskey Bar and Grill in New York after the show. Like, share, review, subscribe, and definitely check us out on all our social media. We will catch you next week.
Peace.